Hey guys, Matt from Back Yourself Fitness here, and welcome to the final episode of the Triathlon Prep Series.
Check it out!
Alright, here we are, the day after the triathlon. First and foremost, when my alarm went off this morning to come to work, I thought I should have definitely taken the morning off. I'm a bit slower today, I'm a bit sore today, that's for sure. But all in all, I was happy with how things played out yesterday. We're going to go through a couple of different points. I've got the morning of the event, my results, and then kind of what's next from here. I put up episode 5 of the Triathlon Prep Series, which was the morning of, and I was having a stretch and having a coffee and life was good. So let me carry on from that point, what happened in the morning of. Pretty funny, not the greatest preparation for the event, shall we say. So after I filmed the video, had a bit more of a stretch, went for a walk, all good. Now in Byron, where the event was held, there's one main street through the middle of Byron and all little side streets off that, most of them being dead ends. Now when I went for a walk, there was roadblocks blocking cars in to those side streets, but you could still get out. Sweet, happy days. Now I get back from my walk, it's now 6:45 in the morning. My event doesn't start till 8:30 and we're like a 4-minute drive from the race itself. My bike's already there, but I still had my runners, my helmet, all that kind of stuff with me. Now, I'm just scrolling through Facebook as you do, and I read in the Byron Bay triathlon page, whatever, that as an athlete at 6:20 in the morning, the area is closed for you to get your equipment in. And I was like, what? I didn't know that, shit. So I'm reading this at 6:45, so I'm already 25 minutes late to get my shit in. I was like, all right, gotta go. So I woke up my partner and I was like, hey, we gotta go, like we gotta pack our stuff and pretty much get going because I'm meant to be there, which is shit, but it's what we've got to do, what we're gonna do. Cool, so we packed up and we probably left 10 minutes later. So just before 7 o'clock, we kind of left, went to pull out of the street, street's blocked. We can't get out, we're stuck. So, shit, what do we do? So what I had to do was run from the hotel to the event, which is about a 3K run, just over 3, maybe 4K run, back to the event. So I run there, bust my ass to get there, and I'm carrying all my shit with me. So a bike pump, and my towel, and a bag full of my equipment. I get there, and I was like, hey, I know I'm late, but I just had to run because all the streets are blocked. And he's like, yeah, go in, put your stuff in. Why did you tell us we needed to be here at 6:20? Anyway, got all my stuff in, had a quick mouthful of water. By this point, it's about 45 minutes before my wave starts, and it's a 20-minute walk to the start of the swim. So fuck, righto. So had my water, and then got down to the beach for the swim to start, and that was my preparation for the race. So I ran off no warm-up, ran 3-ish Ks to get my stuff in. I wasn't nervous, but like I was just like, I gotta get there. Got there, then got down to the beach for a chance for me to calm down and then start stretching for the actual triathlon. But when we got down to the beach, the swim was running late. So we were standing down at the beach for an hour plus. So I was, by the time the event started, I was loose because I'd stretched, but I hadn't had enough water. I didn't have enough time to put as much food in the morning of as I wanted. So that was my preparation for the freaking try. But it was funny, out of all of that, I was never stressed. I was probably stressed, but I wasn't nervous. I just didn't have a chance. I was like, okay, cool, gotta go. And I think my naivety around having done a massive try like Mooloolaba, which is like a well-oiled machine, moving to this one, I just expected things to be a little bit different, but it is what it is. The event itself, they had a few issues with the course with locals, and before I got there, I was like, oh, I don't see what the problem is. Like, why are people cracking the sads? And then the morning of, like, seeing how many streets were blocked off, and you couldn't, if you live in those streets, sorry, you just got to wait till after the race finishes to get out. So I can completely understand why people were a bit annoyed. The swim had to keep getting changed because of erosion on the beaches, but also rocks underneath the water. Now, the swim itself, I'll go through each leg. The swim itself was like a bit of a run. You'd probably run maybe 150 meters out into the water, 100 meters out into the water, and then you kind of start duck diving, and then you start your swim. But then you hit a sandbank, so it all starts again, and then we get out to the actual swim bit around the back and back in. So it was, this is going to sound very silly, it was very ocean in the sense that waves were crashing in. Once the tide was moving, it was sucking you either way. It was a good challenge, but then when we were coming back in, just the rocks underneath, like I dusted up my foot on the rocks, and I didn't realize how bad I'd smashed it until I took my shoes off after the race had finished and saw that I'd bled through my shoe and bled through my sock. I was like, ugh, that's not good. But adrenaline was pumping, I didn't really feel it. The shit thing was you had to run like 500 meters back to the bikes because of where they had to move this swim leg to. So my morning went run, swim, run, bike, run. Bike was good. It was a nice flat course. The only shit thing was because the course had to keep getting changed because of the locals, we did 4 laps of 5 kilometers. And every time you like start picking up pace and real cracking it, you'd have to slow down to get to the U-turn points. So that was a bit annoying. Like a there and back course, which was originally meant to be the plan, would have been much better. And I think my time would have been better as well because you're not slowing down and speeding up as much. And then the run was a bit of a cluster as well. It was like across footy fields and like behind through bush and stuff. And yeah, I know it was very. It wasn't as refined as the other triathlon that I'd done, the other legs that I'd done, but considering the town it was in and considering the size of the town and how it was laid out, you kind of get what you get, I guess. The important thing is I got through it and I was happy with the times. So, all right, my result. So I finished the triathlon in 1 hour, 22 and 46 seconds. Now I'm cheering. I'm stoked that that's the time I got because on episode 5 of this, I said, I don't think I'll get 1 hour 30, but you know, that's what I'm going to kind of push for. And I felt good the whole way through the triathlon. The whole way I felt good. Even through the swim, I got out and I was like, yep, sick. The run back, I was like, yep, sick. Put my shoes on, got into the bike and the bike felt good the whole time, except when I almost took out a lady and I didn't see she'd stopped and I had to do a big swerve around. So bike felt good the whole time. When I finished the bike, I was second guessing myself. I was like, shit, have I done enough laps? Because I had my tracker on and it was telling me I'd only done 17 kilometers. I was like, well, that's not good. That doesn't make any sense. But I didn't have time to think about it. Into the run. Run felt great. I was sitting 4-minute 45 Ks for 5Ks. Like, I felt good the whole way. But, like, it was a bit of a mental game because where I was stopping and starting transition on my watch was different to where the actual stop and start were for the race. So according to my watch, I only rode 17 kilometers, but the run was like 5.5 kilometers. And then the swim included a run. Like, it didn't make sense, but then the tracking results for the event said everything was what it was meant to be. So I don't know. I did a full try. Where I was stopping and starting was different to where they were, but hey. So my swim, I said I want it under 20 minutes. I did it in 16 minutes and 1 second. The ride I did in 41 minutes and 1 second. So straight away, they're two PBs for the 20k bike and a 750 ocean swim. Or shit, even a 750 swim, that's a PB. And then the run, I did it in 25:43. Now, that's the only annoying one because according to my watch, I was running 4:45 Ks, but obviously where they started their counting from must have been in transition still, or so, I don't know. But somehow it churned out a run result of over 5-minute Ks, which doesn't make sense. So that's a bit annoying, but hey, I'm kind of clutching at straws. So I finished 111th out of 385 people who did the sprint distance. And then I finished 19th out of the 52 people that finished in my age bracket being 30 to 34 for males. So I'm happy with that. I'm in the top third of the competitors for the whole, like the age group and all the combined. So I'm stoked with that result. I'm like, as I said, I'm stiff and I'm sore now. I didn't get to eat enough before the race. I didn't get to drink enough. So yesterday, the back of my day was very heavy on the food and water intake. So I feel a little bit today, but it is what it is. That's it. Triathlon done. Today I'm doing nothing. I'm not training today, and then this week will probably be a very low impact training week for me, and then I'm going to see where I'm at. What's next for me? Now, do I go into another sprint triathlon? Because I'll do it again and try and beat my time. Or do I swing for the fences and jump up to a full distance try and like try to do it back end of the year or early next year? I'm leaning more towards a full distance triathlon. I want to push myself, I want to challenge myself. Just knowing how I felt through the weekend and felt good the whole way, I kind of want to push and spend more than 8 weeks training for it. I'd look at getting a triathlon coach or at least a swimming coach to help me if I'm going to double the distance of the swim. I think that might be a bit how you're doing, 1500 meter swim. But having already done a 40k bike and into a 10k run, I kind of want to do the whole thing. So I think that might be the plan next. For now, I rest, recover, and reassess. But thank you for watching along with my preparation and now the journey through my first full triathlon, or first triathlon by myself. This series will be back once I rip in to the next obstacle. But until then, it has been a pleasure, and keep an eye out for what we do next on the Back Yourself Fitness socials.